Yep, that's the way it would be. Sure be an interesting funeral. Wouldn't like to miss it.
You wouldn't like to miss it, huh? Maybe you will. Maybe you'll go first.
Maybe. Let's see now. Where'd you say you worked at before you come up here? Up the Quapaw, wasn't it?
Yeah. And before that, over by Tulsa. Lousy they was to me, both of them. Always making out they was better. Treating me like dirt.
And what'd you do to get even?
Who said anything about getting even?
Nobody that I recollect. It just come into my head.
If it ever come to getting even with anybody, I'd know how to do it.
With that?
No, there's safer ways than that, if you use your brains. Remember that fire on the Bartlett farm over by Sweetwater?
Sure do. About 5 years ago, terrible accident. Burned up the father, the mother, and the daughter.
That warn't no accident. The feller told me. The hired hand was stuck on the Bartlett girl. Then he found her in the hayloft with another feller.
And it was him that burned the place?
Took him weeks to buy all the kerosene, getting it at different times. Feller who told me made out it happened in Missouri, but I know the whole time it was the Bartlett farm. What a liar he was.
Kind of a murderer, too, wasn't he? Let's get a little air in here.
You still haven't told me what business you have here, Curly. We ain't selling no cattle nor no cow ponies. And the oat crop is done spoke for.
Well, you sure relieved my mind considerably.
There's only one other thing on this farm you could want. And it better not be that.
But that's just what it is.
Better not be. You keep away from her, you hear?
Somebody ought to tell Lori what kind of a man you are. For that matter, somebody ought to tell you once about yourself.
Better get out of here, Curly.
Fella wouldn't feel very safe in here with you if he didn't know you. But I know you, Jud. In this country, there's two things you can do if you're a man. Live out of doors is one. Live in a hole is another. I've sat by my horse somewhere in a bush, heard a rattlesnake many a time. See go, scared to death. Somebody coming too close to his hole, somebody gonna step on him, get his old fangs ready full of poison, and curl up and wait. As long as you live in a hole, you're scared. You gotta have protection. You can have muscles, like iron, still be as weak as an empty bladder, unless you got something to barb your hide with. How'd you get to be the way you are anyway? Sitting here in this filthy hole thinking the way you're thinking. You ought to do something healthy for once in a while, instead of staying shut up here, crawling and festering. That ought to make you feel better. A little harder on the roof, though. Wish you would've let me show you something. See that knothole over there, about the size of a dime? See it a wink? Want to see if I can hit it. Bullet right through the knothole, slick as a whistle, without touching. I knew I could do it. You saw it too, didn't you? Someone's coming, I suspect.
Yes. Who fired off a gun? Is that you, Curly? Don't just sit there, young mommy. Answer when you're spoke to.
Well, I fired once.
What was you shooting at?
You see that knothole over there?
I see lots of knot holes.
Well, it was one of them.
Well, ain't you a pair of party nothings a picking away at knot holes and scaring everybody to death? I ought to give you a good Dutch rub and iron some of that craziness out of you. It's all right. Just a pair of fools swapping noises.
Mind if I visit with you, gents? It's good to get away from the women for a while. Now, we're all by ourselves, and I got a few parties for it to show you. Private knickknacks, special for the men folks.
I'll see you gentlemen later. Gotta get a Surrey hired for tonight.
Art postcards.
Who do you think you're taking in that Surrey?
Aunt Ellen and Laura, if she'll go with me.
She won't.
Maybe she will.
She won't. She promised to go with me. She better not change her mind. You hear me? She better not.
Now I want you to look at these, straight from Paris.
Tired of them things now. Do you have one of them frog stickers?
You mean one of them long knives? What'd you want with a thing like that?
I don't know. Kill a hog or a skunk. It's all the same, ain't it? Oh, no, now let me tell you what I'd like better than a frog sticker if you got it. You ever hear one of them things you call the little wonder? It's something you can hold up to your eye and see pictures. Only that's not all there is to it. Not quite. See, it's got a jigger on the end, and when you touch it, out springs a sharp blade.
On a spring, eh?
You say to a feller, look through this. Then when he's looking, you snap out the blade. It's on a spring and BAM! Down you come.
Well, an excellent joke to play on a friend. I don't like to handle things like that, far too dangerous. What I really want to show you is my new stock of postcards.
Tired of them things now. Get me a real woman.
What would you want with a real woman? I got plenty of trouble myself on account of a real woman. You say you want one? Why? Look at you. You're a man who's free to come and go as you please. Got this nice place all to yourself. Nobody to bother you. Artistic pictures, they're not going to talk back to you.
I'm tired of all these pictures of women.
All right, you're tired of them, so throw them out and buy some new ones. You get tired of a woman, and what can you do? Nothing. You just get tireder and tireder.
I made up my mind.
So, you say you want a real woman? Say, do you happen to know a girl named Ado Annie?
I don't want her.
I don't want her either, but I got her.
What am I doing shut up in here like that feller says? Crawling in a festering. What am I doing in this lousy smokehouse? The floor creaks, the door squeaks. There's a field mouse nibbling on a broom, and I sit by myself like a cobweb on a shelf, by myself in a lonely room. But wait.